So 1 2 1 2 testing.
You said it was Cowboys? So
No, right lane.
yeah, them what?
Lively Skates 1408.
What's up with all that?
That's what it came with. And it seemed like I was changed it a little bit. Man, hold on. See, this is when you guys go the fall. There you go. But you got plugged in there now.
Mic.
Microphone. I got 3 microphone webcams at default audio.
There's no noise.
Okay. Microphone. Where you coming from? This? Where we getting from?
So that was clear though.
You want microphone, but you still plugged into.
You coming from the monitor from your laptop? That was clear though. Yeah, because Joanne was just real loud. So y'all coming from that?
Yeah, you coming from the laptop.
Yeah, that's the laptop.
Oh. All right.
So we got speakers off here. It's okay. We got that. Hello? Yeah. Let me do this. I don't want to shut that down because I'm going to cancel. But you got this plugged in. You had this plugged in a mic.
Yeah, but you just changed the settings so it went straight to here when you changed the settings.
You unplug that. So I'm mic in. Yeah, it's got to be in here because this is the default. The default, I guess, would be. Okay, that's mic.
Yeah. All right, so it's clear.
Is it clear?
I mean, there's no buzzing in it. No, we don't got the buzz no more.
Say something to the mic, John.
Yo.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
I think that's still like.
The mic's not picking up. It's the computer. That's why I said it so loud. Yeah, the computer's still picking up everything.
Go ahead.
Yeah, set it low to see.
No, you go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, let me see this for a second.
I guess that's a noise. It's like a swing noise.
Yeah, it's like a fleet.
That noise might be this joint. It might be up too high.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's whistling.
Yeah, like 2 microphones touching.
Yeah, this joint might be turned up too high. That's all.
You on,
See, it disappeared.
No, it's still in there.
let me do something here. Hold on. Let me go to around the world too. Let me stop streaming for a second. Or we need to hear.
We got to switch it from here back to that. Though.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me go scene collection. Let me go. You got the mic. That should be no mic. You still on, John? Testing 1 2 3. That's the. Why is the laptop giving me? What was the first one you had plugged in there?
The long one. Checking the wire now.
I would do though, I would just start from here and plug everything in one by one, and see when you get the noise. Like
well,
start.
it's only coming. It's the mic line to there. Like we checking the wire now. That wire that we in there, this wire is playing.
Yeah.
So they ain't getting no feedback to this wire.
It's not the word. It's not the center.
It's probably something with the
There's nothing wrong with this wire.
There has to be something. When did it start? It started at the what was?
Alright, so I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with this wire.
So where we at now? The noise is out, so
It's not plugged in.
nothing plugged in.
Now you want to go mic in, right?
Mic in.
You get anything?
Should be getting it now. That meter just jumped.
Yellow.
Yeah, y'all reading this.
The noise not in there.
The noise ain't in there. Do you hear the music?
Yeah, it's light though.
Yeah.
Alright. It might be. The problem is it might be turned up too loud.
Let me go put my pins on.
Does it go up?
Yeah, it's like a static in it, but it's not like that loud static was making. It's like an air static now. It's like a little different type of static. It should still be. Yeah.
You still on? It's still in there. Air. Say something there, Mike.
It's not picking up the mic though. The mic not being picked up.
Oh, so something else went off again. Because it was just reading it. That's why you're hearing air. You're hearing everything. It's coming through here.
Mic's not reading.
It ain't reading. It's reading it through the computer. It's saying Mike Jack though. That's the laptop reading. He got a you know what the problem might end up being? We might have to run M audio on here, a board on here, a box on here.
Why?
Cause it might be just because you want into the mic line.
You still got to go into the mic line though, right?
Not if you run an M audio box. You always just have to run a regular line.
USB?
Yeah.
I got an audio box, I believe.
Yeah, you got one.
I got two. Yeah, I got an older one too. I got, another interface. I just gotta go pick it up.
This one ain't got two connections?
Nah, that got cause it's running through USB on mine. Let's join it down to a whole nother screen.
It's either that or upgrade the M audio box.
And just run two lines out of the one.
Run two boxes. I mean, you can run two boxes.
And just run two lines out of the one. There, go right here.
It's not the cord thing. It's either that or the signal.
There, go right here.
Something in the settings.
No, I'm still picking up this. No, I'm still picking up this.
What's the name of that program?
This is YouTube.
Yo. You at mommy house? Alright, I need a favor. I need you to go up and I think if you open the attic door, whatever it is, or run out. So she said she can get something in her attic next door. Yeah, so like the back of her attic is open. So if you open,
Then I'm wondering, did this
door,
line go bad
the
on the
attic door,
laptop?
whatever it is, it should just run out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you push the attic door open, whatever it is should just run out of the door.
Cause we running
Make noise.
equipment through here. We ain't running a mic through this joint. You feel what I'm
You
saying?
can do that for me?
This should
Alright,
still
I'm
feed
telling
it
you
like
about
a
to come
signal.
next door now.
This should still feed it the
Thank you.
same way.
Give me a call, let me know. We'll go on. Alright.
Might though. Mm-hmm. What's the name of the program?
Open broadcast something. OBS.
Yeah, they stream on that joint all the time. Cause all the stuff, like the stuff you just showed me, I was looking at it online how to do it.
Yeah, everything is ran right. It's just the signal is like the signal without that. It's
Tied up.
fine.
Right, it's without, yeah, but, and that without this is fine. It's just thumb together.
Yeah, it's the end going into the laptop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I'm wondering, like I said, did this go bad? Like this line go bad, which can happen too.
I mean, well, look, get it done today, and I'll bring my interface here. I'll bring them both. And, hopefully the older one works. The older one works. I'll just leave it down for the most part until I need it.
Like this joint got me. All right, what the hell is the? You up there? So how the hell? Just,
I told her, don't put this damn thing in the dryer. She puts it in the dryer.
oh, the shirt shrunk.
Yeah. Now I got it like
The lines loosened up. Mine did that too.
I said, don't put it in the dryer. Just wash it on cold. But she washed hers on cold and then put it in the dryer. She said she got them mixed up. She thought that was hers and mine was hers and hers was mine.
Where's the joint at? Like coming through our site, it's clear. All that is
That's what I'm saying. They clear without each other.
is in this connection.
Now, is it a way we can just hook two mics up?
See, the problem is the mics is hooked up over there.
Matter of fact, we can talk. We can have them disconnected. When we talk, the computer gonna pick me and Sunni up. So the computer pick me and Sunni up for YouTube, and have this mic pick us up for your show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold on.
Just for this show, we got that wire.
That's probably you should do it. Then we want to worry about none of the line ever crossing. Yeah, throw that joint in there. Just sit that in the middle for both of us.
Yeah, I want to see. Cause it's just picking up this.
Yeah, we need it for the music on our end. But you can just turn that up louder and then it'll pick it up. Then the computer will pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, if you just turn it up louder on your end. Go on there.
See, this ain't need to pick up though.
Well, you got probably sound in the sound joint.
Yeah, but usually when you unplug this and plug something back in, that'll pop up. See, the problem is it's not going to default mic. Like in here, it's not turning this mic off. Now you get the delay.
Yeah, it's because it's just. Wasn't this?
I have something on here that might be up too long.
No, we was getting that swing noise before.
See, he gotta go to his computer mic. No, that's the volume.
You in there, right?
Let's see, pause the, turn that, mute that, see what happened.
Is it gonna pick up now? It's picking up voice somewhere.
All right, so that's mute. That's where that one sound was coming in at. All right,
But
that's what I was looking for.
it's already selected. So now we're okay. And tap it.
Yo, yo, yo. No, that's part of that. Yeah, yeah. Still on this. Still picking up from the mic on here.
Alright. Now maybe you can go in the settings though now though. On this one. Since now it's recognizing it. And change the mic somewhere.
You know what it is the computer mic is on here.
Alright, because you paused it.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo.
That's the filter on that one. It's still a little noise on that one. That's one of the cameras. That's that one. Talk on it.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
That's the computer.
It's computer.
Mm-hmm.
These are 3 cameras for sure. So this is the other.
All right, well, let's for the day go back to this. At this work.
It was real low though.
We can turn it up.
Now go back. To the laptop. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Hello, 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 hello.
Yo, yo, yo. Run the camera mics. That's this. That's this reading. This reading right here. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, that's this reading. Here, we sit this over there. Ain't loud. That's me talking right in it.
Like that, like when when we finally start doing Gabby's joints, and she want like effects and all that, like to change her voice.
Yeah.
There you go.
When we finally start doing Gabby joints, and she want like effects and all that.
Yeah, like to change her voice for something. Like when she say whoa or something, we take it up. You know what I mean? Cause it had one of the joints Damon used. One of them on there that Damon used to mix down with. One of the plugins on there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 or 4 plugins we used, but one of them on there.
Okay.
I'm gonna back it up a little bit, man.
Alright, well, we can start. We can
Did I
start
get next to the laptop?
Yeah, what you gonna play?
Oh, it's me.
Cause you for next to. I'm
I
trying.
think it's me being that close too.
Yeah, close.
What you?
Yeah, cause it went out a little bit for a second. When I cut it off, the delay went out. It went out.
Test it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's back out.
That's you and you giving the feed.
Yeah, it's out right now. Nothing in it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. We're talking act like we're in the mics.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the mics because
Yes.
we on the radio station.
I can't live stream that close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear me? You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
It's back to the first show when we
Yeah.
ain't gonna have the music behind it.
Yeah.
On the radio station that I had the music
No,
behind it.
it's all good.
All right.
We just can't stream that close to it.
All right. Cool. So we got.
And we using this as the mic today.
Yeah.
All right.
We're turning away because we got you. We got you there. Put that on all right. Put this down. But I gotta share it out once I get the All right. Put that down.
Yeah, so that bike noise was me, Jelane. Like
Yeah.
that swing type noise.
Yeah, that's you, your feed.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta grab.
But it's definitely gonna work once you do the interface.
Yeah,
because
we got it. Ain't like
connection like
yeah,
that.
ain't like we ain't got one.
Yeah, that's some
And if we ain't had one, I'll definitely go to find one
Saturday.
by Saturday online. I'll find one for $30, $40 online.
All right, so we streaming now.
$50 for like the joint I got almost. I'll find one like the what's it called? Forest string? What that joint called? The red one I got.
Oh, I
Forest something.
Alright, so we good.
All right, here you go with this. So I guess you gonna share it.
We running 3 interfaces.
Two.
Tomorrow, next week. We gonna need one more. You got 2 over there, right?
No, I got one.
Oh, what happened to the one you got? They both interfaces, ain't they?
Nah, this is just a regular mix board. The other board is an interface.
Oh shit.
This is a regular mix board. That's what I said. If we had the other board, would have been good. But it's good to have.
You ain't got it in your bag. He told you the whole board.
I didn't bring. I didn't keep none of them.
Yeah, he told you
took
keep
the whole
it.
bag.
He said I ain't gonna
All
be
right,
using it.
so we streaming now, but we need to share that to Facebook. It's public, so you should be able to share it.
Want to share it to Facebook?
Yeah, you share it to my page, your page, what's going on page.
$12 show.
12 o'clock.
11:57. So I'm starting now.
You can capture. You should be able to go there and share, right? Let me go get my
Facebook not coming up.
hold on. Let me get my. Let me go get my laptop.
I'm gonna give it. It should be a URL there.
We already running.
I copied the link already. All right, Jelani, I just sent you the link.
All right.
You can take the link and share it. Okay. Man, you Facebook not coming up on my phone to share it. That's the link I sent you? That's the radio station.
No, that's the radio station. So we clear ourselves. See, it's clear on the radio station, but that's because it's in the interview. So once we do that, what's on?
Oh, that's somebody down there. I heard a rush. It's like $50. Like they Yorkville. What's wrong with them?
What are they?
Speakers, like DJ speakers, but they Yorkville go for like $500 a piece. You talking about $50? Like,
I was just looking at some
like,
speakers.
what's wrong with them?
I was looking at some DJ speakers. I don't know what the hell it was.
Now when I come interface to interface, right? Well, I'll go out to in, and I'll pick up all this stuff. It'll be same layout, but it'll go out to in.
Just a matter of actually looking it up and seeing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
Ain't the music on here a little bit? You can hear it on it. The speaker picking it up. If you turn it up a little bit, it'll pick it up. Yeah.
We are running on the station.
Alright, so we put it on there, on the timeline. You hear me, July?
Mm-hmm.
Here's this timeline.
Don't stop the music.
Hmm?
Contact, don't stop the music.
Sports Talk Live in the building Saturday, jumping it off, 12 o'clock show. Jonathan, what's up, my man?
What's going on?
Going on. Starting a little early today. We got a little craft beer thing going on a little bit later.
Yeah.
So we're going to check that out. So we jumping off early. WZTO. We got all the cameras functioning today. Got a picture of the Wing Boys back there. We're early for Wings. They're back there working the boards and everything. Let's start this thing off. NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Changing of the guard. You look at Boston Celtics, undermanned, hurt, beat up. Brad Stevens up 2-0. And when the Celtics go up 2-0, that's usually a wrap. They're like 38-0 as an organization through history. Once they go 2-0 on a team in the series, they have never lost. So is this thing over? Are we talking about moving on?
I wouldn't say that because
You not counting out Bron?
nah, that's history that's already made. One thing about LeBron is he makes his own history, so he can be the one that changed that history. You know,
he did come back from 3-1.
That's what LeBron does.
But I'm just looking over at the teams and the way they played and like the mileage.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Celtics are young, they're hungry.
The two best players are not even there.
And the two best players aren't even there. They're still the best players for them. So the way these young kids have come up and played, it's been tremendous. Like you haven't seen a bunch of young guys get together and make a rush like this in a while.
Right.
And Brad Stevens has pushed all the right buttons so far this playoff. And now the Celtics up 2-0 on Cleveland. And they have never lost that type of thing. So they have to have a lot of confidence going on. And from what I looked at, it's just Cleveland just doesn't seem to have the firepower. Even when LeBron goes 42, 12, and 10, usually that's a win. They can squeak out a win. And try to pull that game out. But now, they don't have that in their luxury. Like even after a 42-point game and a 42-point win, you still don't have them winning.
Right.
So that has to be somewhat demoralizing to the Cavaliers. It's like we need that type of output from them in order to support to be able to beat Boston team. I don't know if they can do it.
Nah, I don't think they can do it, but I wouldn't count LeBron out. Now, I wouldn't bet against LeBron,
Betting, we'll talk about that next segment.
That's something different. But I wouldn't go against LeBron, I wouldn't bet against him, not right now, and it's just my thing, like, if it is the passing of the torch, like, what do you do if you're LeBron now? Like, that was the thing that was keeping you there because that was your best chance of catching Jordan as far as rings. So you stayed. You stayed on the East. You kept going to go to 7 championships already. And now teams are getting much better. You got the Sixers getting much better. Mm-hmm. You got Boston much better. So you got these teams coming up getting much better. And I don't see your teams getting better.
Yeah, they kind of all got miles on Kevin Love. All those players that. They have some players. They shook everything up this year to try to make a last ditch. I think they kind of knew as an organization this was it. What we had together before wasn't quite working, so we were going to pull something together and try to make a move on it. Right. That's what they decided to do with the shakeups they did at the end in the middle of the season, and they're trying to win now. It just wasn't enough. And saying that is it still enough? It doesn't look like it's enough to get out the East. Darn sure doesn't look like enough to win the West. No. Like to win the whole thing. Yeah. So at this point in time, it may be a chance for to move on. LeBron's 33. At one point, be 34 next year. At one point, you got to start slowing down. And at one point, it's time for the next guys. It's time for the next cats. The Brown, Tatum looks like the steal of the draft. Getting him in the third and picking up some options from the Sixers. It all depends on what Fultz turns out to be, but Fultz will have to turn out to be a whole lot to justify that move. So it looks like me moving on. It looks like it's going to might be the era of the Celtics.
Boston is back.
Boston is back. You figure you add Gordon and Kyrie Irving next year to this team. You know, they may lose Rozier to free agency, but you're picking up key components and key people. You know, going forward and moving forward. I think this would be very tough for LeBron, unless if he wants to make a move. I just see, we'll talk about the West, either Houston or Philadelphia. Like if he wants to ride, I think those are the two moves you make. But I just want to talk about focus on the championship. You know, saying that the Celtics things follow form and they close out this series, which they have never lost a series going up 2-0. Moving on, let's look at the Western Conference. 1-1. Still feel Golden State's in control because they got the split that they needed.
Right.
And they always they throw in against a good team, they throw in a game where they don't, you know, go all out and you fall down and they lose. Kind of focus. I mean, that's been a tradition with them. And that's what's happened in the second game in Houston. Houston was do or die. They couldn't go down 0-2. They played, interesting enough, Houston was small. And they didn't change what they did. But the ISO, one person standing still, they kind of sped that up and got some more shooters on the floor, and were able to kind of out Golden State. I think that's what it looked like to me. What do you think about that series going forward? And there's something you worry about Curry's injury, Paul's injury. You looking at it, he's a little gimpy, but Eric, who isn't gimpy at this point of the season, who isn't feeling some type of way. Right now, in the NBA, when you get it's attrition. What do you think about that Western Conference series?
Well, first I want to congratulate Chris Paul on his fallback. I don't know if you remember when, about 4 years ago, Steph Curry put a move on Chris Paul. It was terrible. But Chris Paul got him back. Chris Paul got to make him fall in the series, in the playoff series. So congratulate Paul on that.
Yeah. Man, look, he was thinking about that.
Yeah,
he felt some type of way about the Curry thing. He made some comments about he's just a better shooter than me.
Yeah,
and a better guard than me.
No, and that was the problem. Everybody, Chris Paul is as good as anybody to me. I'm talking about as good as anybody in that class. I'm talking in that era. I'm talking about LeBron, Carmelo, D Wade. Chris Paul is right there. It was him and Darren Williams. Then Darren Williams kind of faded out. You know what I mean? But Chris Paul's as good as anybody in that era. He got stiffed by Kobe as far as the MVP of that year. He was the MVP that year. Yeah. But they robbed Kobe on the 2 years before that.
Yeah, so it was due. Sometimes you do.
Yeah. So he got robbed on that end. But yeah, I congrats Paul on that. But this is gonna be real interesting. I know Boston or Cleveland wants to play Houston.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see
Golden State.
Nobody wants to see a 7-foot point guard.
Yeah.
That can shoot from half court, and then you got a shooting guard that can shoot from half court.
Yeah.
You got a point guard that can shoot from half court. What do we do? And they all can penetrate. It's not like they're all set shooters. Clay has made his money off being a set shooter, but now he's learning how to put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, I mean he plays off the other guys.
Right. And
not too many. He kind of fell back because there's not too many ball handlers. You need somebody to get those spaces and get those corners and shoot.
Get in those pockets. Right.
Yeah, but KD to me, the work he put in game 1 and he was putting in work in game 2. He was giving out love to everybody who was guarding.
Yeah,
he was just
discriminate. Yeah,
he was giving it out. I was like, wow, he's giving out. I mean, he's an offensive scorer, machine. He had posted something he didn't have rebounds or assists, but I don't think that's kind of him. I mean, his game is to drop numbers.
It's not what they need him for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's the thing. You put people in positions where you need them for. That's not what they need him for. That all they need him to do is score on a half court setting. We need you to score 30 against LeBron. Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I can do that, no problem. Okay, well, we're going to win the next 4 championships. If you can do that, we're going to beat LeBron the next 4 championships.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what he did. And that's all you can ask for. And that's what I told people out there. I said it would have been equivalent to if Carmelo a couple years back would have went to the Spurs. If he would have went to the Spurs a couple years back, and they would have gave Carmelo that same assignment, the Lakers wouldn't have won a championship.
Yeah.
They said, look, all we need to do is score 30 against Kobe. We can figure out the rest. We don't need you to get rebounds. We don't need you to do nothing. But just put the ball in the bucket. That's it. Oh, that's what I'm born to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same situation would happen. We wouldn't have looked at Carmelo as the incline how we treat Carmelo now. We don't treat Carmelo as he's one of the greats. Like, you know, even though he's still about.
Because that could happen sometimes, man. If you look at a lot of players that hang around at average like 6 points for the last 3 seasons and stuff like that, and then it kind of sometimes tarnishes what you thought of him.
Oh
yeah, that guy, he was like, what happened?
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's just like that's.
I mean, I thought Carmelo was a tremendous player. I don't know if he was LeBron or that.
Yeah, he was a
not
scorer.
Not LeBron. Yeah, he wasn't a scorer because how many ways you can affect it? He can affect the game majorly by scoring. It wasn't like him to lock nobody down, defend, give a motivational speech off the bench or anything like that.
None of that.
He was basically going to go in there and get buckets. So you need people to score. The name of the game is putting the ball in the basket,
right.
and that's what Carmelo could do. He was a natural born scorer,
right.
You know, and I think we kind of fall back when he said, he wasn't compared to, but who is? Like, that's generational talent.
Right.
But he could have been a tremendous a piece
right.
on a championship team, to go get buckets for us,
right.
Down the stretch.
Right.
That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
Get buckets.
That's my game, and that's what they called Durant for. If you can score, we won't even go back and forth. We can beat LeBron in 5, in 6. We would never have to go to a game 7.
Yeah.
But we get you, and you can score 3. You can score 30 a night.
Yeah.
And that's easy. You do that with his eyes closed. You know what I mean? Half court setting, full court setting. Come down, LeBron on me. I'm gonna pull his 3 in his face. To show everybody that I'm the guy. Look, Kevin Durant is just different, man. And him having that wingspan and being able to shoot that good is like.
Yeah, he's like a Bob McAdoo 2.0.
Yeah. And
Bob McAdoo led the league in scoring. Buffalo Braves on the Lakers teams when they made runs back in the early 80s Showtime. 6'10 and a half, 6'11, can shoot out of North Carolina. I mean, just that versatile.
Right.
I mean, that's just a hard matchup that when you get somebody that tall.
Can put the ball on the floor like a point guard.
Yep, and pull up over you and shoot you. Nobody's really going to bother his shot. I mean, Kevin Durant is really expound his game. But once you get into winning situations, it's just interesting that if you look at that OKC team, and I think 25, 30 years, they'll go back and look, and people will wonder, what happened with that OKC team there? Harden, Westbrook, and Durant.
What happened was the owner didn't want to pay.
Yeah.
And Hart wasn't even looking for that much money.
Yeah.
But what hurt him was they kept the ball in Westbrook's hands, and Westbrook wasn't mature. Westbrook still isn't mature right now.
Yeah.
But he wasn't mature at all then. And what Westbrook did was Westbrook and Durant would have the ball in their hands too much, and they're both turnover prone.
Yeah.
Still to the day, if you watch Westbrook or Kevin Durant, so they 2 big turnover people. If they would have kept the ball in James Harden's hand, ran the pick and roll with James Harden, they would have, man. We'll be talking about that team more than any other team right now. More than Golden State, we'll be talking about that team.
Because it was clear they had the components. They just needed somebody. Maybe
they didn't want to pay Serge Ibaka. Don't forget Serge Ibaka they had.
Yeah, definitely.
They had 4 all-star players.
So what do you think coming out the West? Still Golden State? Golden State, Boston. Well, we go back. We touch on that a little bit. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get into that. Predictions, and also talking about a big Supreme Court case that affects sports.
Money.
All about them dollars. We'll be back. WZTO Sports Talk Live.
We're going to throw this on there?
Yeah. That's why I need the scene ball.
from there, we're gonna go.
In here,
And
hit
just
that,
gonna
hit that, and that's
one
gonna
time.
change. That's gonna change that to the money side.
We're gonna change money to that to money on the side.
All right, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
And then hit the slide over.
We back. We back. We back. We back. We back.
We didn't hit the camera yet.
Did you hit the slide over?
Mm-hmm.
You hit right here.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the signal go over? All right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's back over. The camera's on. But yeah, so we good. Bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. We're back. We're back. WZTO Sports Talk Live Saturday with Jonathan Moore, Suni Jennings, live in effect. Live in effect. Back in the case. Good. We're here. Big talk about a landmark case for America on a sporting landscape as we talk about the Supreme Court in a 6-3 vote took down the federal law that restricted sports gambling. Now states are open, if they want to start sports gambling and sports betting. Governor Christie of New Jersey had issued the suit back in 2012 and was knocked down all the way, every step of the way until it got to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court took it and overturned it. Now you're looking at 100. It's estimated, looking at different gaming things, that 150 billion. That's right, 150 billion dollars worth of wagers illegally in America every year on sports.
Right.
Bookies. You know, your man's in them.
Yeah. The homie.
The homies. Now, The states are it's open. The states are gonna be able to run their own, not just like a lottery, not just like the things they do down here in Delaware playing cards, which I was doing a lot of that for people. But now they can flat out bet on games. They could run sports books like Vegas.
Right.
Pennsylvania definitely, Jersey, going to jump on. What do you think about what's the effects? The NCAA came out and said, look, we're going to have sporting events in places that have championships in states that have sports gambling. We can't. Well, they're all about money anyway. So, what is your take? Because this is a big thing, man. Once you talk $150 billion wagering now that can go legally on games, how do you think that's going to affect the sports?
Oh, big time. It's going to affect everything. Sports, the way the team, who you going to, who you playing with, the coaches, the refs. Man, how much money? How much billion?
150 billion.
A year?
A year wagered illegally. Now that you turn that 150 billion or maybe more, because people say I don't really want to wager anything legally because I want to break the law. Now it's legal.
Now it's going up higher.
Now it's going up higher.
It's going up a little higher.
So you figure that now you have 150 billion dollars worth of revenue being placed there on sporting. Now you take a look at the value of your sports franchises. Now, because of the if you look at the TV revenue
Right.
and ratings, now do ratings take a bump because people got cold hard cash on this now? Like they're trying to make up. There's been a dip in ratings. Let's say for football, maybe because a lot of people do fantasy, red zone, all the teams aren't playing, kind of dip. Now, okay, these Thursday night games, these NBA games, if I can bet on a game, now your interest is up. Like, what's going on?
Right.
If I'm streaming that now, let me see what's going on. I need play by play. It opens other venues up, and it increases the wealth of your sports franchise. Because I think you're going to get more viewership. More viewership means bigger TV ratings, more cost for advertising, and really, sports is the last thing you watch live. For a sports fan, I mean, all the shows, definitely you binge watch it, you watch it later. If it's something that's not like epic, like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or things like that, where you got to keep up on because people are going to talk about it in the social network in the context of that. You watch it when you have a chance to watch it. Right. Knock this out. But sports, the Eagles who made a world championship run, the Sixers and everything, we're watching that live. And the revenue and the advertisers know that this is the last chance, like, to grab your eye or push things. Now you throw in the money aspect into it. Now you got 150 billion reasons to watch to make sure. So I think it's going to be interesting to find out a different change in the landscape, and I think definitely Pennsylvania is going to. I mean, do you think it's going to be negative or positive?
I think life is ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like anything like this, it's going to be negative and positive, but I mean, the states are going to make more money.
What they want to tax it.
What they're going to do with it, I don't know.
No, yeah.
They're going to make more money, Will it lower our taxes? I don't think so.
I mean, a lot of things they talk about the gambling, the casinos are supposed to go to schools, or the lottery is supposed to go to the senior citizens.
Yeah.
I don't, but yeah, they say that.
Yeah.
But we never really see where's the infrastructure, because taxes keep going up.
Keep going up.
State school tuitions keep going up.
Correct.
So they still bridges and stuff, tolls keep going up. So all this money they say they're going to get from quote unquote gambling revenue. These taxes, where they're going to go. I mean, people been going to casinos for years. They've been playing the slots, the one-arm bandits, the tables, and a lot of people may be more comfortable than with throwing a little money on a game.
Yeah.
Tickets like
would you?
I wonder if you have to go to the casino to do it, or you can run in a 7-Eleven and pick a game out and win. The multiple plays, the cards. I think they'll probably still do multiple plays. I don't know if they're ready to run a book like Vegas. I mean, that's a lot of money to just take single. If you let me put $150 on one game, I can hit that. I still think they're going to do parlays and multiple cards and stuff like that because it's more difficult. It's more difficult to win.
Right.
Just to trying to give me big money on this.
And most people are going to want to still play the parlay because you got people that put $5 now. I know some people that play $2 and got about 12, 20 different cards, you know. But if they hit one of them cards, you know, they might win $1,700. You know, they only played a total of $20. They done spaced it out and then played 5 or 6, 15, 20 cards. You know what I mean? And they but if they hit, they probably won between $1,700, $4,000 off one of the cards.
Yeah.
So I hope they don't get away from that because that's going to take from a lot. That's going to take a lot of the betting down from some people. You know, like you said, some people going to say, "Oh, I can put 200 on Golden State tonight." You know, but the thing about it is, if they lose, you know, if they lose, you're going to have to owe 200 and some. You know, you're not going to just owe that 200. You know, because it's not a flat out bet. So if Golden State's playing, you know, they're playing. You know, they're playing the Bobcats, so you're going with Golden State, but the odds is going to be a little different. So you're going to want to get that multiple source of betting, you know, that multiple teams.
It's been very successful in Delaware. So,
right.
Yeah, so I think that may be the formula that people follow.
Right.
And it's interesting because we all know the whole thing about, you know, does it open athletes, make them more susceptible to be bought off, or make them, you know. We all know about the whole thing with Pete Rose and gambling.
Well, it's going to be more people coming for him.
Bet on baseball, and you know he's been out of the Hall of Fame, and you find him like he bet on baseball. He bet on his own game. But I mean that opens up people worrying about the integrity of the sports. That's why the NCAA, NFL, NHL, they were against it. You know.
Another thing, like I think it's actually kind of hard to really be able to control if you're going to win or lose, unless you're a team like Cleveland and you get LeBron. You know, if you're a team like Cleveland and you get the 8th man off the bench, I don't think he can control the destiny of that game. You know, like Carmelo, like people could probably say Carmelo in New York was doing something. Because how you only win 15 games, Carmelo? You know, you can't wield your team to 35 games and get to the playoffs. You know, so something like that, like you have to get the
field goal kicker.
Yeah, field goal kicker. Yeah, you have to, but then also, okay, you got the field goal kicker, but what if they up by 17? The field goal kicker never came on the field. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
But you got him for the season.
Like, you got him when it's going to count. You got him for something.
You got him for something. You know what I mean?
You got him when it's going to count.
A holding penalty here. You never like. It opens up a lot of doors.
Yeah, but that's just
strike zone, balls and strikes.
Yeah, but that's just. Now the Empire is something different, you know. But that just goes to show, like, you know, like even with the field goal kicker, so you
quick fouls, you the penalty in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got paid. You got paid, and now you done threw the game. Yeah. See, like it's harder for like the Empire. He's somebody that could call something a ball. Call something that's, you know, like you said, a ref. It's always holding on every play. It's holding on every play. It's a foul in basketball every play. You know, you riding just a little too hard. You can call foul, you ain't got to call foul. You know, you can double dutch back and forth on whichever way you want to go with that. You know.
Definitely. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll get a little bit more into this conversation. We'll talk about, drug testing, Big Cano. You've been hanging around your boy Canelo.
Yeah.
He's been banging 82 games. Baseball. As we the season, the Phillies are doing well. I will get around to talking about them. But yeah, we'll come back and talk about that. Peds and what they mean in sports and still going on. We'll be right back. WZTO Sports Talk Live Radio. 0 time off. Saturday edition live from the ranch. Yeah, you just want to go change that from scenes.
certain things, man.
Sports Talk, WZTO, live from the ranch, Saturday, down here with Jonathan Moore and Sunni Jennings and the Wing Boys, running the boards. We're back talking. We've been talking about sports betting, sports gambling, big issue, Supreme Court case, the monetary aspects of it and how it affects sports. And you're looking down at adding $150 billion of gambling into the mix, and how it's going to affect the infrastructure of sports. And a lot of people, a lot of the owners, I think they're going to get a boom in their advertising, and the wealth of other teams are going to go up. It's really, really, really going to be a situation where you got the advertising dollars just pushing, because more people are going to have more eyes, more concern, more reason to be involved in these games. Be a casual fan, be a non-fan, to somebody just pick some numbers for me, pick some games for me, the random person. Being in Delaware with the NFL and the football tickets, big, huge, all over the place. People coming from out of state, in state, coming around, play some numbers, play cards for me. So now it's going to be even localized to these other states, and they're going to, have their own gambling. So it's going to be really, really interesting. And one thing, because gambling was such frowned upon, with the Black Sox, what happened with that, gambling, betting on sports, the ultimate sin in baseball, what happened with Pete Rose. The other thing that's been, and it'll be interesting to see now, is with performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. Cano, Mariners, former New York Yankee, got banged 80 games for using PEDs. Canelo, your boy, banged, suspended for a year, half a year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for using PEDs. Will it become a time, like everybody say, will it become a time where people say, hey, you're competing, the risks, whatever they have developed to give you a boost, a bump, a jump, to have you, work out, or whatever. And let's be honest, there's no pill you can take to make you hit a baseball.
Right.
But the respects of training and getting physical and recovery time from training, do you think, as we always had this black eye to gambling, and gambling now it seems to be okay, the Supreme Court said states do as you please, and a lot of people seem happy about it. Whether it was legal or not, we live in a supply and demand. Well, $150 billion estimated illegally has been placed on gambling, so people want to gamble.
Right.
Just like the lottery started in Harlem, and the black community, the numbers. And now you have the Pennsylvania lottery. All the same lines. You look at PEDs and performance enhancers. Do you think it'll ever come a time in the day where they say, look, you want to play, you take what you take, as long as it's not, if the FDA, who approves it, it's not detrimental. They approve a lot of different things. You take it, it helps you out, you help you out. We just we'll test you for illegal drugs, and that's it. But performance enhancing stuff, it is what it is. It's all open season. Do you think it'll ever get to that point?
Nah, I don't think it ever get to that point. I think it's something that they just want to do. I think they'd turn their eye on it more, like they did with the like with that era with
home runs,
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and all them.
Baseball was back.
Yeah, everybody was hitting 40 home runs.
60, 70.
Yeah,
it was. You had shortstops hitting 50 home runs.
40 was just what it was. So it was like everybody was hitting the ball at the park, and they seen how the ratings went up. I was watching baseball. I was watching, tuning in, trying to see what McGwire and Sosa going against each other. The home run derby was something to really, really look into.
What happened to Sammy Sosa? That's another topic for another time. But he's like Sosa. Like that's crazy to ring. But we'll talk. Teddy Perkins for the Atlanta fans out there. Teddy Perkins, Sammy Sosa. Google it. That's interesting, because if it's giving the performances and you see the fans are like, wow, these guys are just playing, they're taking whatever they're taking, it's just giving them the great physical ability that I'm tuning in to see, does it come to the point where, hey man,
because some of it is not even that bad. Some of it is mainly for
competitive balance.
And if me and you go to the gym and we bust it out, I'm talking about hard work. And I'm talking about we in a normal day, we wouldn't be able to move for about 3 days. We just worked hard. We pulled all our muscles.
Covered.
The recovery time is cut in half, if not more. You know, so if me and you couldn't walk in 3 days, they could get back in the gym in 2 days and do the same thing over. You know, so it's not really like, to me, it's not really like they taking it and they just juicing up. It's like they just taking it to work out more, or they just taking it for the leg injury. You know, like you want your players back on the field. You know, so
yeah, with injury, there was always
that. If it's causing something, you know, to mess them up long term and everything.
Well, they don't have the control over it because, you know, with Peyton Manning and what was shipped, you know, they always talk about him and his. If you got an injury, a neck injury or something like that, steroids or hormones are given. You know, steroids are given for asthma. Right.
And that's the thing I don't like. You know, like with the boxing and everything else, I believe it's getting too much out of hand because if I can go to, you know, to the local store, I might get some, like you said, I might get something for a cold. I might just eat a bagel, you know,
or some meat,
you know, or some meat, you know.
It just happens to have the ingredients that you need to overcome a stamina issue.
I didn't know that the shark was in that kind of wood. I didn't know the wood the shark was in had, you know, whatever. But it could be something real basic, like real that's not a problem to them, you know. Like now they're taking something, you know, to grow. You know, their body's growing 2 times the size in 6 months. You know, now that's something different. But to me, if they're taking something and it's helping them with energy, you know, as far as like, you know, stamina, energy, like as far as the workout and everything else, get back into shape and whatever.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was that they didn't know what's going on. But if you look at the East Germans and even in Russia still today, they had a whole medical performance team that was doing stuff illegally back in the 70s. Like the Russian guy, you know, they banned a lot of the Soviet Union from the Olympics. You know, moving forward, it's a culture where the competitive balance is unbalanced because you have like a whole, at one point you got a whole country with doping, all this other stuff. You got guys who doing playing by the rules. You got these other guys who aren't. Going all the way back to Ben Johnson, even Carl Lewis probably. Those guys, everybody probably, you know, because if the guy is doping and you're beating the guys that are doping, it's hard to believe that you're not doping. You know, the cyclist. I mean, you know, coming back from cancer and then winning all the Tour de France, finally came out he was, you know, and you know he was, and he talked about a lot. It was a great story, you know, but. You know, at the same time, he was doing stuff that was illegal, and that's just the way it is. And you have a competitive balance that's just not there, in dealing with it. And so I think they're trying to keep everything competitive, like everybody's on the same playing field, and they don't know how like dangerous or some of these components or these drugs are. And you know, you look at today in technology, that's always going to be the key. Because
I got a question for you. How good is King Griffey now? You know, because he's the one everybody that never got caught or whatever you want to say. He's the one.
Well, he never like you did.
He never
Jim told me.
You know, so it's like, and he was still hitting the 60s, the 50s. You know,
and he got a lot of injuries too. He don't. I mean, in his career.
And it was like, I know actually, you know, big baseball fans. That say if it comes out that King Griffey was juicing, they'll never watch baseball again. Like, I know some fans like that. You know, they're big in baseball, and it was just like, you know. How good do we need to put King Griffey on the platform because he came through the era when that was going on?
Yeah,
you know?
And Jim told me too. He never got, you know, the few seasons Ryan Howard had. He never got, you know, like the ability, like because when you talk about 35 to 40 home runs were big back in the day. And then guys hitting like 75.
Right.
It's like
but Ryan Howard came out at the time where you were going to get caught. Hey, Alex Rodriguez. And when Ryan Howard came, you were going to get caught. When Griffey was there, it was this what you need to do to hit the 50 home run. This is what you need to do to get the endorsements. You know? This is what you need to do. So this is what Bonds is doing. This is what McGuire, Sosa. You know, this is what you know. What was the one that leaked it? Canseco. You know, this is what they're doing to get to this spot.
And the point about it, like you said, it comes down to the money aspect of it. I'll risk it or whatever, I get caught or I get suspended, but with these suspensions down, we're taking 80 games, they're taking half your salary away. That's a lot of loot right there, especially that's baseball money. You can play baseball a long time too. If you look, you know, moving forward with your career, but 80 games is a lot of games.
Right.
And you know, affects your Hall of Fame. You got busted. They don't want to put you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You look at the pictures. And it makes you take a look at Ricky Henderson too, as tremendous as he was, because you could take Ricky Henderson's numbers, cut them in half, and he's still arguably a Hall of Famer.
Right.
So he never got it with the stolen bases. He had power, could run. I mean, it's just interesting when you see how the sport is now today. And I would have never thought with all this stuff with gambling and gambling, like they would like you know, sports gambling would be like it is today and move. And it'd be interesting about what, you know, the performance enhancing drugs, because, you know, at one point in time people would be like, well, here's vitamins. I mean, back in the 70s or 60s, the baseball players used to take uppers, amphetamines. Like usually you're playing baseball, you're playing 162 games, you're moving a day game, double hitter, stuff like that, flying between time zones, moving and all this stuff, sleep and partying. Like you needed to go up, you know, to stay up. You know, do you go back and say, okay, they took uppers, and you know, how does that affect, you know, the games they had, the little pills they used to pop and stuff like that, just to keep them going and keep them moving. You have to take a look at, I mean, all the eras had something,
right?
You know, but it's still interesting with these PEDs, because you know the chemists always are like one step ahead,
Right.
Yeah. So you know, whatever, there are probably people doing something now. And you just look, it's a shame, it may be totally, but as soon as somebody does something in baseball, like all of a sudden, somebody goes from 20 home runs to 40, you be like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, what happened?
Looking
Like,
at his high school
yeah, but, yeah, we're suspicious now. Like, we're like,
bigger.
Any achievement, like, you know, like, we're like really, when Larry Allen, Hall of Fame offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, when he did that 700-pound bench press, he said the only thing they did for him was the NFL tested him like every month. He said, and that's what happened. Right. So you look at,
you can't do nothing out of the
ordinary. You know, track and field. It was almost like, you know, track and field athletes, all kind of things. And if you look back, it's a funny thing, the sport curling in the Winter Olympics, one of the Russian Soviet Union curlers, a male, got busted for PEDs. I mean, you need PEDs for curling? Like, but it's
something else in them.
Yeah,
I mean, like that he needs.
I mean, it's like it's the last thing you think we need. But you know, I've never curled, but yeah. So I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, I think people are going to go out there. They're definitely going to do it. And the thing is, I'm wondering, as society moves, you know, more and more ahead, will it come a time where they say, look, here's the game. Do what you do to become the best at this game.
Yeah.
Take this, take that. As long as you're not doing anything illegally.
It's not going to happen, because it's definitely not going to happen in like more of the barbaric sports. Like, there's no way we're going to let, you know, this linebacker that's 215 pounds in high school. We're not going to let him take steroids and hurt one of these kids. Like, cause that's what they got in their mind. He's 240 in high school. You know,
I'm speaking of the professional.
He's running 480. You know, but that's what's going to happen once the high school, once
the pros do it, the trickle down effect.
It's going to come down. You know, so now it's like,
I'm trying to get that scholarship.
You know, and
there's big money involved.
He's not thinking that he's going to, you know, hurt this kid. You know,
or hurt himself.
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talk about roid rage back in the day. Like, they were taking these drugs, and your anger, you couldn't control your emotions, very hostile, you know, things like that. So I mean, there was always concerns, but clearly they have honed these drugs, or whatever, trying to help people out.
Right.
That it's not the same case anymore. When we talk about things about roid rage and stuff like that. When I was coming up in high school and in college, when people were playing, I mean, you say, "What happened? Why are you in a fight?" Oh, roid rage. Why is he so angry? Roid rage, depression. So a lot of things, and you know, and steroids are a big part of the '70s too. I mean, so it'll be interesting to see moving forward what happens with the drugs and how they're viewed, you know, coming up in the next 10 or 15 years, as they try to crack down on this and try to keep everything clean. You'll see a lot with that moving forward. Your boy Canelo's looking at that. So he's gonna be tested every hour now.
Every year, whenever they want to stick him, he says stick him.
You got something new now.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't know nothing about this stuff like that. You know?
He got the beta.
He said, whenever y'all want to stick me for a whole year. You know.
Whole year.
All that did was, you know, all the suspension did was help Canelo out.
Yeah.
Triple G is on the decline.
Yeah.
Canelo is young. You know, like he's still young, even though he's been boxing so long.
Yeah.
He's still young.
Yeah, he's still a young man game.
Yeah.
They stay away from him. I mean, you stay away from somebody to the ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And this may have been what he was.
I mean, they kept Sugar Ray away from Wilfred Benitez till he was ready.
Yeah.
So I mean, I in the long run, it definitely could hurt him. Quick question, quick thing. Eric Dickerson. We talk about how you feel about this. They asked Eric Dickerson. He said, "Do you think Saquon Barkley will break your rookie rushing record?" Easy D said, "No, I don't think he can break that record." And they said, "Well, do you want him to break the record?" And he was like, "No, I don't want him to break the record." And whatever. And they asked Saquon about it. And Saquon, it was like joking. It wasn't like anything disrespectful. They saw the clip, and Saquon Barkley saw the clip, and he said, "Yeah, Eric Dickerson's a great back, and you know." Do you want to break it now? He said, I just want to win championships. I don't want to break it. And so some people gave him some flack. Like, you supposed to say, yeah, I want to break it. Like, you know, I want to break it. You're supposed to get as many yards as possible. Yeah. But I think he was saying he's not really worried about records. He's just worried about what do you think? I think it's all right. Go ahead and just say, no, I don't want my record broken. Like,
I totally think it's fine, you know, and I totally think it's fine for him to say he's not going to break it. But, you know, Eric Dickerson has a little, he says a lot on what's on his mind. You know? He said he could play about 5 years ago. He said, the way the game is now, I can get out there and play right now. He said they interchange in 3-4 running backs a game. You know, he said I can play right now just out there, man.
Oh yeah, it was different. He played on the ground truck. R.I.P. Chuck Knox, who passed away recently, 86, coach Seahawks and coached the Rams, known for his ground truck was his name. He got a back. You know, they gonna run the rock like you know, the old school like
they
that.
They rotate, spread offenses. Look. You might get 15 carries if that a night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The game has changed. I think Emmitt Smith's
40 carry, you know.
Era, like you know, and when cats was hit you.
Yeah. Smithburger's not going. It's gonna be hard to get caught, man. You know.
That's a lot of rushing records.
You just gotta have will. You know, like you ain't gotta be the best running back no more to get those records. It's just a different will. Like take Frank Gore. Frank Gore's gonna be number 3 rusher all time. I believe this year. You know, we all know he's not the 3rd best running back of all time. You know, we all know he's not behind Barry Water Payton. No, he's going to be 4th. He's going to be at number 4. He may catch Barry Sanders. It's Emmett, Payton,
Barry
Sanders, and
Jim Brown.
Curtis Martin.
Jim Brown probably got past. A lot of guys played. Jim Brown played 9 years.
Curtis Martin. He can catch Curtis Martin. He's about 600 yards away from Curtis Martin. He's about 1,200 yards away from Barry Sanders.
Okay.
You know, so it's not about the best players. It's the will. You know, you take Frank Gore. You know about him.
Miami. Dade County. The best to come out of Dade County.
You know the injuries he dealt with since he came. You know,
ability to run the rock in between the moves. We talked about Frank Gore a lot. Like his ability just those guys in a short window can make 2 moves.
That's it. Yeah, and that's all he made. I'm showing my nephew played that he was making. You know, he just slid to the left a certain way.
Right, that's right.
And gone. You know? And it was like, you know, Frank Gore, everybody counting him out, his height, his weight, you know, his injuries. You know, when we drafted him, they said, well, he's only going to play about 5 seasons maybe, you know, with all the late injuries he had in college. Boy, number 4 in rushing all time. You know, he's going to be number 4 this year rushing all time. Yeah. So I don't think these running backs have that type of will.
Well, they don't even play like that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they have
we
that
see like,
will.
you know, the contact piece of the sport. Where they do 7-on-7s now, it's a lot more spread. A lot of people throwing the ball around. Interesting because I think you move into more passing, it's more receivers. So
and that's what it is right now. I believe the three best running backs other than your running back is receivers. You know, I believe the one from Pittsburgh, one from Arizona.
Oh, yeah, they can catch and run.
Yeah, and Todd Gurley. I believe they're
you got to be, those long handoffs. You're trying to get the guys the ball in space.
Right.
Just going between the tackles, lining up.
I believe they're making all of them catch. Whereas though before it was run the ball.
Really before that, going back, I always go back on 44 Chuck Foreman out of Minnesota Vikings. He was early too. Back in the 70s, he was the first guy that caught a lot of passes up the backfield. He was Marshall Faulk before Marshall Faulk.
They say my guy. Yeah. They say my guy from San Fran was Marshall Faulk before. He was
Roger Craig.
Yeah, Roger Craig. He was running you over.
Yeah, Roger Craig hurler at fullback at Nebraska came in and made a back. So yeah, definitely they would Rathman too. They would catch a lot of passes. So I mean that's the nature of the game now. So I think Saquon Barkley, the thing about him, he can catch.
Right.
I mean, he's going to get a lot of. He's not going to come off the field, and you're going to they want to give backs rest and all these type of things now. So those records are going to be hard to break. It's football's different. It's changed. I mean,
they might get to play more years now that you can't hit them.
Yeah. I mean, you can run a little bit. Definitely.
You can't put no wood on them no more. Yeah. So they might get to play a little longer.
It's just hardcore.
Yeah, I don't understand that though. That rule change. We got to touch on that. I can't come with my head, but a full running back.
Well, they said the running backs can't do it either. They said, we talked about that a few weeks ago, last month.
And that's in the paper?
Nobody can lower their head. When you see Earl Campbell put his helmet into the chest of the linebacker for the Rams, that's an epic. That's a penalty on Earl now. So the run I talked about is the Walter Payton run against the Kansas City Chiefs, where he lowered his head 3 times in this run. And that's what I had talked about back then. So that was what they showed us in school, effort.
Right.
This is you see the effort of Walter Payton? You gotta want it. Dish that penalty, dish that punishment out.
So what they want you to do? Run how? They want you to just get lit up.
Natural. Steve said he ran in collegiately at Colgate. He said he never wanted to get his head. He never wanted to lean his head. But I just think when I'm running the ball, somebody come, you just get small. Right. It's not exactly ducking your head.
Right. It's just
getting small. You're taking a window. You're taking your strike zone and making it smaller.
Right.
And that's just a natural occurrence. More balance. It's just a natural occurrence.
Right.
But we'll definitely hit that. We'll talk about the rule changes. Upcoming schedules out. We'll get into that. Drafts they're going to do. Upcoming, we're still working in the background for coaches summit that we're going to have with the coaches. We're putting that in the background. We should have the information on there soon as the coaches wind up their spring and summer practices and showcasing stuff. We get down with that. But we're about to get out of here. We're about to head to get some craft beer fest. Newbie Jonathan taking him to his first brandy wine media craft beer fest. Getting about that craft life. This is how we do it out here. Taste on something good. Definitely, we'll do a beer and cigar show coming up. Maybe we'll do that next month, when it rolls down. Right at the NBA Finals at Law. We can bring some in.
Sit back.
Yeah, we'll talk about the incoming season. Wing Boys, they was on camera today. Wade Wing Boys, they usually eat wings, but we had an early show today, so no wings available. Not provided by Relena, our wonderful ranch app, who does a lot of the stuff in the background. You can see her over there about
there she go
right there. She's in the background. Wave. She's behind the scenes. She's the engine oil that keeps everything well lubed going. So we'll be back next week. Sports Talk, WZTO. Hopefully the NBA Finals reset. We'll talk about that. Either it'll be LeBron does it again, or a new legacy, new turnover. Boston's back. We'll see. Golden State or Houston. Houston will have a problem. We'll see. All right, WZTO, Zero Time Off, Sports Talk, Cindy Jennings, Jonathan. We are out. Peace. That worked out.